So this reading week did not go at all as I planned it to, but I can't say I'm that disappointed in it. Hi guys, it's April, and it's time for me to wrap up what happened for Spring into Manga Love because it did not go at all as I planned it to, but I did get a lot of reading done. So originally I planned on binging through 15 volumes of Food War. That did not happen. I actually have a combination of different mangas that I ended up reading, but overall total I ended up reading 12 different volumes, which ended up being 2,384 pages. For the whole readathon, I ended up sitting down and reading for about 6 hours during the week, which means my pages per hour was about 397 pages. I was averaging about 341 pages a day, which means it took me about half a day to read a volume. Like I said, I started out the week planning on reading most of Food Wars, and I did end up getting through at least 3 volumes of this. I like this manga simply for the food and the food challenges. I like seeing that style because I love Food Network. I like those kind of shows like MasterChef and MasterChef Junior and Chopped and all of those kind of things. So this was right up my alley in that aspect. Plus you have Soma, who is trying to prove that he is a better chef than his father, and his father kind of swans off knowing that his son needs some experience in the world because his son thinks he knows everything and there's a lot more left for him to learn. So dad just kind of jets off and leaves Soma to figure out how to get into this elite food school and then survive this food school. I love the plot of this manga. I do not like the fan servicing that happens through a lot of this. They have foodgasms whenever they taste really good food and their clothes just disappear. And there are a lot of scenes of random nudity because why not? Why not have a random character suddenly not have clothes on? Makes total sense. But when I ignored all of that and I just looked at the story and the characters, I really like this read. Now the problem was I don't have volume 4, and I think I'm gonna wait for the right price to get volume 4 and then continue on in the series because I am so on the fence on some of the things that this contains that I don't necessarily want to pay a huge price for a volume that I might not be totally thrilled about, but these 3 volumes were a fun read. I then decided to continue on in Alison in the Country of Hearts. I did read the first volume for the Manga Love weekend in February of this year, so I picked up volumes 2 through 5 that I own. I love this series so much. It's a retelling of Alice in Wonderland. You get to see all of those same characters, but there's this really weird twist about this game that's going on and the fact that they're all just trying to kill each other and their hearts are made of blocks that I'm trying to figure out what is going on, and that is why I really, really like this series. Unfortunately, I don't have volume 6, and volume 6 is something that apparently is really hard to get your hands on. I might end up buying the omnibus of 5 and 6 just so I can finish this series and start into Alison in the Country of Clovers, just because I do like these characters, but I think it's also because I really like Alison in Wonderland. And if you haven't noticed by now, there is a theme to my reads. I read until I don't have any more of the volumes, which I don't have a lot of volumes because I don't really have a lot of manga, but I'm making do. And so after I finished volumes 2 through 5 of Alison in the Country of Hearts, I decided to pick up Honey So Sweet. And I only have volumes 1 through 5, so I read volumes 1 through 5. And this is just a cute contemporary romance between a boy and a girl who have no idea what they're doing. It is so innocent and so benign that you can't help but smile the whole time you're going through all of this. And just the fact that their world starts to expand as they start to become more themselves in their relationship and their friend group expands out, and then you get to see more of their friend group and their background there. I like how this slice of life, this little romance, how it's building out. I'm sure I think there's 3 more volumes, 6, 7, 8 that I don't have. At some point, I want to read them just because these are so adorable. But once again, it's one of those things that I'm probably gonna wait until I can find it at a decent price, just because that is just the reality of what I live in right now. It's something that is going to happen, but it might not happen right away. So those are all the volumes of manga I read in For Spring into Manga Love. If you participated in this readathon, let me know what you read. I'm curious. And if you have any recommendations based on what I read here of what I should keep my eyes out for, tell me down below, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.